intrusive.
Were you in any way tumultuous, or did you engage in tumultuous conduct?
My hair might have been muffled, mushed up a little bit.
Well, I've got the Webster's Dictionary here, which Daniel Webster, from what we all understand, actually taught school here and wrote and compiled part of the American English Dictionary right down here at the Town Hall, which is named after Webster Hall.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and he's touted as rather a hero here in the village of Goshen, or with some degree of pride.
Local boy made good.
Well, one of my concerns about Daniel Webster was the Fugitive Slave Bill, which he voted yes on. And so that always shed a bit of light of suspicion upon him in my mind.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, according to, I'm going to use the Webster Dictionary because he is such a valued past member of our community. And according to Daniel Webster's definition of tumultuous, let's see here. Bear with me here for a moment.
Sure.
You may want to throw another log on the fire.
Yeah.
Okay, tumultuous. Yes, tumult. I was a little vague on this, so I know certainly violent is pretty, not too much gray area there, but according to Webster's definition of tumultuous, marked by tumult, tending or disposed to cause or incite a tumult, marked by violent or overwhelming turbulence or upheaval. Does that sound like it might have applied to your conduct on that particular day?
Well, no, but, as I said before, just the word Obama could be provocative, and it could cause tumult in others or them.
There's no mention of Obama here.
I know, there isn't.
Well, if you want to get into semantics here, can I step in and interject
Sure,
a little
this
bit?
is Rob Walters.
Okay, great.
First of all, when you're dealing with people being arrested and stuff like that, you can't pull out Webster's dictionary. You have to pull out
Law books.
a law dictionary, right? And a lot of people don't realize they're in television land that there's two dictionaries. There's two languages. There's English, what they teach in school, and then there's another language that they speak in court, and the same words mean different things in law and in ordinary language. So when you're dealing with something like tumult, and I'm not a lawyer, nor do I pretend to be one, but I do read law dictionaries for fun, and have a collection of them.
You're wild and crazy.
What you're getting into here is, what they're talking about really is disorderly conduct. But I can just tell you from direct knowledge, disorderly this village ordinance appears to me to be a village version of the disorderly conduct. So what they're talking about is a group of 3 or more people causing public annoyance, nuisance, or alarm, and refusing to obey a lawful order to disperse, right? And this has been brought up time and time again. One person can't disperse. They can move along, but you're not in a group of people if you're one person. So you get into the question, like, suppose Mr. Weiss was standing on the corner. Instead of holding a sign, he was wearing a T-shirt with the same message and just standing there. And his T-shirt said, "Shame on the Goshen Public School District for whatever, your grievances." Would he be arrested for then? Also, when you read the ordinance, it said it's an offense, right? Okay, well, what is an offense? Now, that's a term of art, as lawyers call legal definitions, right? If you don't know the terms of the art, you don't know the art, right? Which is the art of BS. It's a BS art. This is law. This is the blah blah of lawyers. They make a lot of money doing this, and the judges and the police and the prosecutors and the folks in the jail, the corrections officers, all these people, the folks who run the phone companies that charge you extra for the phone calls, and the people who serve you the food in prison. It's a big business. But getting back to the offense, right? What does offense mean? It didn't say it's a misdemeanor. It said it was an offense. If it was a misdemeanor, I think they would say it would be a misdemeanor, or a Class A misdemeanor, or a Class B misdemeanor. which is a crime. And an offense is not necessarily a crime. It could be a violation. And you can only be arrested for a crime. For instance, if you get pulled over on the road and you're aggravated unlicensed up until a certain point, like 1994, it was a violation. They would give you a ticket and send you on your way. But after 1994, they made it a misdemeanor. Now, these days, if you're pulled over aggravated unlicensed, they arrest you and they take you down to the station and they fingerprint you and book you and take a picture and maybe put handcuffs on you and stuff. That's the difference between the offense, misdemeanor, or felony as opposed to violation, or just offense, right? Now, was what Mr. Weiss doing, was it an offense? Was it a crime? Does it say anywhere that it's a misdemeanor? Because maybe he shouldn't have been arrested. They should have given you a summons and said, show up at this date and time, okay? So they got a little issue there.
I suppose we'll find that out as
We pick it apart.
But he is being
Yeah,
charged
illegal.
with disorderly conduct,
Now, if you pick it
Yeah.
apart,
Yeah.
okay?
as it was printed in the police
So
file.
certainly,
Exactly.
certainly you're right. You know,
Yeah.
you have a right to stand out there with a small sign on the sidewalk and say whatever you want to say. And whether or not you know this ordinance is constitutional, if it's one person, I don't think it applies. All right, you can pick it apart, and I'm sure it would be struck down. It's interesting that for 43 years, no one's ever challenged it, or it hasn't really come up.
Well, it has been challenged, as we
Not in
mentioned
court.
earlier, not in court that I know of. But again, Michael Sussman is he exercises
You-
his First Amendment rights in the village.
Right.
and-
You figured
and-
you would want to get arrested to make an issue of it, so we could have a judicial determination for everyone else.
Well, they certainly seem to leave him alone. My sense is he probably notifies the village,
Okay.
but doesn't secure.
So let's get into a couple
permit.
other questions. There's a question of standing. For instance, you live in the city of Newburgh or the town of Newburgh? All right. Do you have any kids in the Goshen Central School District? Do you have any kids at all?
Yes.
Okay, but they're grown up? They're not in school?
Are they troublemakers too?
Yes.
Then?
I'm very proud of them.
Because I'm a parent, and you met my daughter. She's in
Yeah,
second grade in
yeah.
the Pine Bush
Megan,
Central School
cute little
District.
kid.
And
Hi, Megan.
Hi, Megan.
I'm leaning out of the picture here a little bit. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the
Here-
risk of sitting
well,
in a rocking
Here was
chair.
I was following this issue with the
Yes.
Obama speech, okay? When
Okay,
when
okay.
I was following it, I said, well, I don't want the president coming into my daughter's classroom without me having a look-see of what he's going to tell him. You have a PA system in the school, and every now and then the principal gets on the horn and has an announcement. Says, well, we're going to dismiss 15 minutes early, or wear your galoshes, or do your homework, or whatever the principal wants to say. But when you open the door for an elected official to get on that horn and make an announcement to the students of the country, where does it stop? I mean, the president makes an announcement, now maybe Mo Hinchy or some other politician wants to make an announcement. Pretty soon everyone's there going to be wanting to talk to the kids. The way I see it, it should be up to the parents. So, if we weren't going to keep our kids out of school or hold up a sign or protest it, it turned out the Pine Bush School District didn't show this thing. The kids weren't aware of it. So I started asking my daughter, did you hear about this speech? Did you watch the speech? And she said no. I had read the speech the day before, and I watched it on C-SPAN. So I thought the speech was pretty cool. And I said to my little 2-year-old girl, do you want to watch the speech with me? Do you want to watch Obama? And she said, no, I don't want to watch Obama. So I said, well, dude, that's interesting. What would happen if I forced her to watch it, like some schools did? Would she hate Obama, or would she love Obama for the privilege of watching the speech? So one morning, before she got off for school, I turned it on the computer, put it on YouTube, and made her watch it. And before the speech was half over, she had passed out on the couch and just lost consciousness. She just thought it was so boring. And at the end, I said, what do you think of President Obama? And she went, and I said, well, what's the matter? Why don't you like Obama? She said, he's boring. That's what she said.
How old is she? 6?
She's 7.
Second grade?
7. Now, an interesting thing, a couple of years ago, when she was about 4 or 5, Spitzer was on TV. Elliot Spitzer, as newly elected governor. He was talking for a while on C-SPAN or whatever. I asked her, I said, Megan, what do you think of that guy? And she says, I don't like him. I said, well, why don't you like him? And she said, because I hate him. I said, well, why do you hate him? And she goes, because I don't like him. Well, it turns out maybe the kids are right, because Spitzer was taken out of office for crimes of moral turpitude or whatever he did. We get rid of, but you know, the thing is, if you're going to challenge a law or an ordinance, you might want to make sure you have good